September 1st, 1939, the start of World War II. 73 million people dead, $288 billion spent. 13 million male soldiers went to go fight. What about the women who stayed behind in the States? This is a map of some of World War II's major battle places. The locations circled in purple are where the soldiers were, and the single red circles where the women were. Back then, a woman's role was to take care of the regular household duties, such as doing dishes and laundry. The man would work in a war factory and build planes and ships or various weapons for war. What happens when the majority of men go to battle? Who's going to fill the positions of their previous jobs, especially at a time of such a large war where so much supplies is needed? Rosie the Riveter is a cultural icon based on a real woman, Rose Monroe from Kentucky. Posters were created of Rosie in a work shirt with her sleeves rolled up, revealing muscular, strong arms, with the title, "We Can Do It." Another is a painting of Rosie by Norman Rockwell. In the painting, she is posing eating a sandwich on a lunch break, perched atop a stump. On her lap, she holds a tin lunchbox and riveting machinery, and under her foot she crushes a copy of Adolf Hitler's book, Mein Kampf, meaning My Struggle in German. These posters were widely spread across America to promote women to work in war factories. There are a couple different models for Rosie, but the two most known are Mary Doyle and the original Rosie from 1939 to 1941, Shirley Carp Dick, who just died this year on January 12th at the age of 85, making her the oldest living Rosie the Riveter model. Both Mary and Shirley were paid $5 to $6 to pose for each painting. Mary Keefe, who was 19 at the time, is now the age of 78 and the grandmother of 11. She reflects back on the time where she remembers the first time she saw the painting. In the photo, she is shown as buff and muscular, strong, large arms, when in reality she is a small woman. Norman Rockwell called several weeks before it came out and said, "I'm sorry, I made you a big woman," Keefe said. Other variations of Rosie had come out over time, such as Wendy the Welder and Josephine the Plumber. Josephine appeared in the popular Comet cleansing powder commercials in the 70s. In 1940, there were approximately 1.5 million working women, but the majority of those were not real full-time jobs. After the Rosie the Riveter Act, that number increased by 57%, with over 20 million working women with real jobs in war factories and other positions. Some took on entirely new jobs, and others took on the jobs of the men. Rosie helped women realize that they could, in fact, do it, and she inspired them greatly. When the men returned from the war, the women were expected to return to their lives before, taking care of everyday housework. Because of Rosie, the women chose differently and decided to return to traditional work such as clerical or administration positions. Sometimes work was harsh, and the pay was not fair, with the women and men's salaries not being equal. The average wage for a man in wartime factory was $54.65 per week, while a woman was paid $31.50 a week. If Rosie the Riveter had not been around, I don't know what things would be like now. She carries a positive influence, stating that women can be strong and can achieve what they strive for. She inspires females everywhere to do great things. Where's Rosie now? At the Kaiser Shipyards, the Rosie the Riveter / World War II Homefront National Historical Park was opened in Richmond, California. What's cool is that that's actually the site where thousands of women did their work. A documentary has been released titled The Life and Times of Rosie the Riveter, and Rosie even appears in a popular video game, BioShock, where she carries a large rivet gun to protect children. So thank you, Rosie, for inspiring women everywhere to reach their fullest potential.
Horseland!